Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome as Hockey Canada's U17 development camp continues with the second of 3 games today. We already witnessed an excellent contest earlier with Team Gold upending Team Black by a count of 3-2. This contest featuring Team White with a record of 1-1. They knocked off Team Cold in their first game 12-4 and then fell yesterday 6-4 to Team Green. And as far as Team Red is concerned, they opened with an overtime loss to Team Green and then were involved in a very good battle, falling 5-1 to Team Black. So Team Red actually, it's a good team, yet to register a win. Jonas Wu, that goes by Lanthier, and after it is Cole Baudouin. There with Liam Greentree and Bill Zonin as Baudouin tries from the short side. Luca Kluche making his second appearance in goal. For Team Red. And he was very good on opening night. Kluche's from Sherbrooke, Quebec. He's 15, won't turn 16 until August 22nd. And he is a second-round pick of the Cape Breton Screaming Eagles. And played this past season with the U18 AAA champions of Quebec, Magog, who lost in overtime in the TELUS Cup final to Moncton. A rebound given up after the Harrison Brunicky shot. And here comes the dangerous Mcqueen Celebrini. Celebrini, who's been in on every Team Red goal. That shot through a screen, and Luke Brunin back between the pipes for Team White. Trey Wilkie, 3 points in the tournament. He's from Saskatoon. Number 16, playing on the right side of this line with his Saskatoon Blazer teammate, Roger Mcqueen. And Mcqueen has been one of the most noticeable players this week. The 4th overall pick to the Brandon Wheat Kings. 4 goals in his first 2 games. And they have not been easy ones. They've been borderline highlight reel goals, all of them. Possesses an outstanding shot. Martone stripped of the puck. And Hodnett goes rink wide to Zane Perrick. Teams have been banged up a little bit. No Gabriel Gilbo, and he was injured yesterday for Team White, so they're down to 5 on defense, and Team Red actually without one of their key forwards in Justin Poirier, who's not playing today. So both teams down key individuals. So one team goes 1D short, and Team Red is 1 forward short. McInnes. Perrick through the seam. Celebrini let it go, but fired it high, well over top of the net. Here he comes again. Macklin Celebrini towards Beckett Seneke. Chopped away from him as McInnes just missed the far side. Seneke and Celebrini have had excellent times together in this event. They've had great chemistry as Celebrini races in and whips one at Luke Brunin. He's from Warman, Saskatchewan, a second-round pick of the Portland Winterhawks, who went 15-5 in the U18 AAA League in Saskatchewan. Making his second appearance. And he was the winning goaltender in the triumph in Game 1 over Team Gold. Jonas Wu flips it ahead. They battle for possession just outside the line. Garland can't come up with it. Now an opportunity. Good puck movement. Ahead it goes. Wu off of his skate. And it's been a little scrambly here in the opening couple of minutes. And this will be an icing as the puck goes by Luca Testa. He is a selection of the Guelph Storm. Or make that the London Knights, 15th overall. Testa, and he had a huge game one. He had 3 goals and an assist in the win over Team Gold. Tristan Doyle, draft pick of the Lethbridge Hurricanes, paired with Terrence Smith. Smith drags it to the middle and then goes off the stick of Liam Greentree and out. Doyle. Cormier cleared it in. Christopher Brown. And there's Mcqueen defensively to break it up in his own zone. For Bill Zonin. Doyle pinched down on him, and now Harrison Brunicky sends Greentree away, but well defended at the line by Smith, who closed the gap in a hurry. Veilleux. Smith takes a look over one shoulder, opts for the other direction. And there's Mcqueen back again. Loses the handle. Gavin Hodnett carries on for Christopher Brown, and his shot blocked by Brunicky. As Kieran Walton involved in a collision with Jackson Vaughn, the Regina Pats first rounder. Up the middle towards Hodnett. Veilleux takes away time and space. Vaughn carries on. His pass goes off the stick of Braden Rogers and out. So outside of a couple of Celebrini opportunities, not much in the way of offense early on for these two teams, which generally means we're in for a very competitive game. Josephson one-hands it in, takes a wallop in doing so, and Team Red making changes. Wilkie regains his balance. Trey Wilkie, a backhander. Porter Martone races in. He has 3 goals and 2 assists in the event, number 15 for Team White. And as Wu goes back to retrieve, it is blown down on the icing. Jonas Wu on your screen, number 7, first-round pick of the Winnipeg Ice, who has already participated in 30 Western League games, 15 in the regular season, after his U18 AAA season came to an end with the Winnipeg Bruins, and then played in 15 of the Ice's playoff games. Intercepts the pass. And he's known for his puck-moving ability and the way he sees the game, but he's not afraid to get involved physically, and there's the best chance of the game. It belongs to Reed Varconi. And Kluche makes his best early save of the game. He made 39 saves in the overtime loss at the hands of Team Green here on Tuesday night. And for half the game, looked like he'd never give one up. Varconi again from close range, and Kluche does not allow a rebound. Reed Varconi is from Sherwood Park. He's a third-round pick of the Portland Winterhawks at 56 points for the Northern Alberta Extreme Academy. Smith will flip it out. Wu knocks it down under pressure. And here comes Testa with room. Luca Testa. And Kluche was in great position to make that save. Benjamin Danford. Watch closely. Swings it for Roger Mcqueen. Mcqueen into the zone, trying to one-hand it and protect it. And I think he's just drawn the game's first penalty. Holding will be the call. And it is Raul Boyard, who takes a seat in the penalty box, number 6. He's from Sherbrooke, Quebec, a 4th-round pick of the Gatineau Olympique. And he was a member of that Quebec U18 championship team in Magog. Gabriel Frasca's pass, blocked. Veilleux, Frasca, rink wide, hooks up with Wu. Testa backs off, nice shot blocked by Jackson Vaughn. Spencer Gill dealing with Kieran Walton down low. And they might collide again. Walton's pass intercepted and cleared by Vaughn the length of the ice. 1:20 to go in the Team White power play. Frasca just inside the line. Kept alive by Testa. Wu let it go, and Cloutier flashes the glove to make another save. We did have shots on goal earlier today in the game. None posted so far on the 2 scoreboards here at Winsport. Fabulous facility if you've never been here in Calgary. Mcqueen on the face-off circle against Josephson. Martone moved in. It's blocked. Now belongs to Mcqueen. And you can't help but notice when he shoots the puck. It's already at an NHL-type level. Good stick by Ollie Josephson, the 5th overall pick in the Western Hockey League draft of 2021 to the Red Deer Rebels. Mcqueen went right before him at 4. Danford carries in. Runs into Josephson with some help. And Team Red able to clear it the length of the ice. Brunin for Danford. Nathan Aspinall in deep on the forecheck. Late on the penalty kill as here comes Martone. Martone defended well by Julien Lanthier. And the Boyard penalty comes to a conclusion. Braden Rogers sets the breakout. In behind Greentree did find Martone, who collides again with Lanthier. And Team White making changes. Tweed bumped off the puck by Cole Baudouin. Rogers to Bill Zonin, the 6th overall Quebec League pick, to Ruan Noranda. Perrick in tight quarters. Hodnett had a jump over his stick. Zonin to a loose puck for Perrick, or make that Rogers, lets it go. Now it's Gavin Garland. Garland. First pass attempt, didn't work. Second one did find its way to a Team White player, and Team Red jumps on a loose puck, and here comes Hodnett. Leaves it for Brown. He's from Tweed, Ontario. McKenna's pinched down, but is chopped away by Braden Rogers, who ends a quality shift. Number 8 for Team White. Wu collides with Brown, and Frasca will race to get it behind the net. Walton for Wu. Brown can't clear it. Pocket pick. Frasca to the front. Great chance for Wilkie. And there's another quality stop by Cloutier, who goes about 5'10". Vea into the corner. Walton returns the favor. Wilkie loses his stick, hodding it back defensively. Seneke wants to clear the zone. Unable to with the first try. And here comes Ben Cormier. Intercepted. In transition, here comes Walton at the end of a lengthy shift. And angled off by Smith. Still got a weak shot away. And Cormier leading a 3-on-2 through the middle. Seneke didn't get all of it. Smith. Shot blocked. Smith does well to keep it in. Has another chance to tee it up well wide of the target. A little pressure here for Team Red. Doyle. Cormier. That goes off of Brunicky in front of the net. Seneke. Beckett Seneke can make plays. Celebrini, well, he gives you a little of everything. Speed, can shoot it, drives play. The trailing Martone. Three-way passing play, and Baudouin couldn't pull the trigger on the backside as Varconi slid it across the crease. And Xavier Veilleux will go back and regroup and allow his team to complete a change. Just under 8 minutes to go in a first period where there have been no goals. That could change. Veilleux to the front of the net. Now 3-on-2 develops in the other direction. Hodnett. But offside is the call at the line. These top prospects, born in 2006, minus 2007 born, Michael Misa, hoping that they will be called to participate in the World Under-17 Challenge, held in November in Langley and Delta, British Columbia. And it is a fantastic event. And really the start, in many ways, really this camp in terms of Canadians trying to earn spots for that team, the U18 program, and of course, the World Junior team. Zanen. Watched closely by Josephson. Josephson on the right side of the puck. And it is flipped over the glass and out of play. So Cloutier has been the busier of the two goaltenders as far as stopping quality opportunities. A very athletic goalie. Interesting in this day and age, if you're not 6'2" or 6'3", it seems like it's a very tough go as far as playing at the highest level, certainly. Players like UC Saros have helped with that scenario. Boyar, fine feed, Aspinall back in front. And Hiroki Gosic stopped by Luke Brunin. Gill teed it up. 5th overall pick to Rimouski. Big number 2 from Riverview, New Brunswick. And the cross crease pass attempt deflected once again out of play. One more game to be played tonight and 3 more to close out this development camp tomorrow at 10, 3:30, and 7. And we have absolutely enjoyed all of it. Opportunity to bring it to you here on HN Live, available on Hockey Canada's website and their YouTube channel. Gill, can he get there? Not quite in time. The TELUS Cup champion with the Moncton Flyers. Josephson bursts into the zone, has Brown. Good move and nice recovery. McInnes teed it up, and that'll carry him all the way out to center again. Nice tight turn and feed from Gill. Josephson working against Danford, who's positioned well. Smith off his stick, and it forces him out to neutral ice. Batted in. Brown in hot pursuit. And here comes Xavier Veilleux. Runs into Tristan Doyle, who knocked him to the ice. And then Veilleux recovers to backhand it in deep. Martone throws his body around. Celebrini dishes off, heads to the net. Brown, as Brunin kicked that confidently away. Seneke into the slot, just in behind Celebrini, and back comes Martone. Porter Martone. Just onside. Lanthier stripped by Frasca. Martone to Rogers, and Cloutier snags it again with his catching glove. Luca was 15-5 for the Magog Cantonais. 201 was the goals against in the regular season, 4 shutouts, and a .908 save percentage. Josephson with hot net. Green Tree in the road. Perrick to Hodnet, and he returns the favor. Vaughn drops it off, long wrist shot, and Brunin will take care of that. So Luke Brunin from Warman, mentioned his numbers a little earlier. He was one of 2 Team Saskatchewan goaltenders that helped that province win the bronze medal at the 4-team Western Hockey League Cup last fall. He and Chase Woodsky, who's also participating in this camp. Jonas Wu, he played in that event as well for Team Manitoba. Veilleux away from Seneke, carries in on left wing, and then look out, lost an edge. Greentree off the boards. Liam Greentree high, wide, and Wu goes back to collect it. Brunin out of the net. Jonas Wu stick handles his way through 3. Greentree carries it in with Mcqueen. And Celebrini will race back with speed in the other direction. Macklin Celebrini pulls it between his legs. Sonnen. Broken up at the line by Doyle. Here comes Danford. He had a short-handed goal in last night's loss to Team Green. Testa with traffic in front. Looked like it hit a body and went wide. As Luca Testa goes back. Baudouin carries in. Cole Baudouin lets it go. Taken care of on the short side by Cloutier. And now Boyar wants to move it out. Checked off the puck. Now another chance. Moves it into the zone. And Braden Rogers in good position. Rogers reverses it to Danford. Testa chips it ahead. Here comes Garland. He has Baudouin with him. Feeds the trailer. Excellent save by Luca Cloutier again. Nice patience to find the trailer. And Testa, who has 3 goals in the camp, all on day 1, at least for Team White, scored 3 times. Wilkie off a clean face-off has his shot blocked. Brunicky, the Calgary product. And a third-round pick of Kamloops sends it into the corner. Backhanded in front, there's a dynamite save from point-blank range off Kieran Walton. So Kluche has been a big story in this opening period for Team Red. Reminds me of his first period effort on opening night as far as camp games are concerned. The camp actually began on Sunday as the players got familiar and some practice sessions prior to the start of playing games. Cormier. Wilkie's pass stopped at the line. Now he gets it again. Stays onside. Backhander. Had a little room, did Trey Wilkie. Danford. Feel like he's gotten stronger as the event has gone on. Number 3 for Team White. Frasca is quite a battle involving Perrick in the corner as Wu steps in. A little unsure for the first time, Kluche, but he has help in front to clear it out of harm's way. Team White has most certainly created the more dangerous of opportunities in period number 1. Brunin on 2 hops. Handles it like a quality shortstop. And not prepared to take any chances as we're down to 32 seconds to go in the opening period. Josephson comes back out. And they'll take the draw on his strong side. The son of former Western Hockey League player Mike Josephson, who helped the Lethbridge Hurricanes win a Western Hockey League title in 1997. In fact, his father scored the overtime winner in one of the greatest comebacks I've ever witnessed with my own 2 eyes. It was a round-robin game of the 97 Memorial Cup between Lethbridge and the host Hull. The Olympique led 6-1 going to the third, and Lethbridge came back, tied the game, and Ollie's father, Mike, won it 2.5 minutes into overtime. We'll never forget it. Lanthier. There's a stick snapped, and here comes Braden Rogers. Rogers used Lanthier as a screen and shot it wide, and now a 3-on-1 develops, but it's too late. Time expires in period number 1. So both teams with chances, particularly Team White. Brunin solid, and Kluche, the Team Red goaltender, tested more often, and he was dynamite. Through 1, Team White, Team Red, as Hockey Canada's U17 development camp will continue in about 15 minutes' time. Glad to have you with us on HN Live. still looking for goal number 1 in this game. Shots on goal now up on the board. Team White with a 13-8 shots on goal advantage in the opening period. But Luka Kluche had all the answers. And Luke Brunin had a couple of tough ones at the other end and looked like he might have to deal with one there, but it bounces over the stick of Nathan Aspinall. Aspinall down low. Wu knocked him off the puck. The drop for Spencer Gill. Feeds, looks for a return. Has it in his feet, spins. And there's Wu in the shooting lane. That's what I've really come to appreciate about Jonas at this camp. It's evident he's not the biggest defenseman, good skater, sees the ice really well, but he is highly competitive. Whether it's how he's involved physically, block shots. Off the end boards, they score. Christopher Brown on what looked like it was fairly harmless. Clean face-off win, a bank off the boards, and Brown was there to deposit it home. As Brown has his first of the camp. He is a first-round pick of the Sault Ste. Marie Greyhounds, 16th overall. Coming off a 60-point season with the North York Rangers. And it was nearly 2-0. Excellent three-way passing play. And William Shields won't be able to believe he didn't score that goal, the pride of Falmouth, Nova Scotia. The one individual I know from that very city is now the former longtime head coach of the Canadian national women's softball team, Mark Smith, who was a national team player before he joined the coaching ranks. Frasca, backhander, Kluche, perfectly positioned again, and makes the save. So Team Red with a quick one, and looked like it was going to be 2 in a hurry. Good to see Gabriel Frasca get up after going into the end boards. Varconi, Martone, and Frasca, the forward group. As Vaughn runs into Wu. Wonder how many times that's going to happen over the next 4 or 5 years. A Regina Pat and a member of the Winnipeg Ice. Well, it's happened twice in the last 12 seconds. And I believe Mr. Vaughn is going to pay a price for hit number 2. So Team Red has opened the scoring, but they'll find themselves shorthanded. As Jackson Vaughn takes a seat. Product of Kelowna. And the 21st pick to the Regina Pats in round 1 of the 2021 Western Hockey League draft. They've already staged the 2022 draft of players born in the year 2007. Not the case with the other leagues. They draft their players coming out of their 15-year-old seasons. Benjamin Danford makes his way to center for Greentree. Liam rims it. McInnes is there. He throws a big jolt into Mcqueen. And is that another penalty? Boarding. And McInnes on his way to the penalty box. So Team White, trailing by a goal, are going to enjoy a lengthy two-man advantage for the next 119. As McInnes, a 5th-round pick of the Red Deer Rebels takes a seat. Face-off win. Wu holds it in at the line. Veilleux. Now it's Frasca. Good stick by Josephson. Been impressed with his defensive work in this camp. Frasca's shot, and Kluche fights through a screen to make a right pad save. Testa. Xavier Veilleux moves to the middle. Dishes off. Face score! Luca Testa. Enough of it to beat Kluche, and Testa has goal number 4 of this camp. The first-round pick of the London Knights from Grimsby, Ontario. And it is tied at 1. Team White cashing in on a 2-man advantage. And will still have a power play for the next 1:26. So quite a change in the game. The goal by Christopher Brown for Team Red. The near miss by Shields to make it 2-0, and now 2 penalties lead to a tying goal, and who knows more. Porter Martone. Mcqueen. Backhand try by Greentree. Turned aside is Lanthier. Knocks Greentree to the ice. Martone. McQueen. Back to the front of the net. Here's Danford. Good shot block. Varconi to Greentree. Danford a walk to the middle. Dishes. Greentree. Nice move to pull it to his backhand, but he ran into Lanthier. Varconi feeds Greentree in that net front roll on the power play. He backs out. Finds Martone. Varconi set up beautifully, and Kluche robs Reed Varconi. Nice puck movement on the power play. Greentree down low. Quick one-touch pass for a one-time shot. And a better stop by Kluche. Veilleux. Testa, who's just tied the game. His shot went wide of the target. Big Kieran Walton. Rogers skate to stick. Veilleux into the slot area. Rogers has his stick lifted by Boyard, who danced into a dangerous place but did it well. So back at full strength is Team Red, and Terrence Smith with a toe drag and just shot it wide. Kluche rims it for Seneke. Perrick moves up, locates it. Good pass, Boyard. Seneke, toe drag, and a backhander from Beckett Seneke, who had 35 goals and 80 points in 45 regular season games. The 16-year-old from Toronto, and the 8th overall pick to the Oshawa Generals. He has excellent hands and sees the game very well, number 12 in red. Back out with Celebrini and Cormier. There's a battle as Baudouin knocks Celebrini, the number 1 overall pick in the Western Hockey League's U.S. draft. Seems a little odd that he's in a Canada camp, but lots of players with dual options, and Celebrini, who's been playing at Shattuck St. Mary's, but originally from Vancouver, is one of them. Stopped by Luke Brunin, and a clear. McInnes, good pass for Seneke, again off his stick. Back to the front, and the pass ends up going wide. Doyle lets it go, and Brunin, who's been sharp when called upon, blockers that out of play. Brunin, an impressive 15-5 record for the Warman Wildcats. Warman just outside of Saskatoon, a thriving, growing community. It never fails. Start giving kudos to a goalie and something bad happens. Well, it's not bad for Red, and it's certainly not bad for Christopher Brown, who has his second goal of the game. Point shot through a maze of players, and it got in between the legs of Brunin. And Brown was there to pounce on it. And he's got a pair. His Team Red back in front again. Danford dealing with Josephson. Nice stutter step by Lanthier. Hard wrister from a sharp angle, and it'll make its way all the way back for Gill to track down against Walton, who won the race to the puck. Supported by Trey Wilkie. Gill wants to reverse. And Josephson behind the net responsibly from his center position to find William Shields. So this trio has contributed both goals so far. With the absence of Justin Poirier, Team Red playing one forward short of the 12. In international competition, of course, rosters allow 22, not 20. That's why 66 players, not 60, will represent Canada on 3 different teams at the upcoming World Under-17 Challenge in November. You generally go with 13, 7, and 2 as far as the alignment is concerned. Some countries go 12 and 8. Canada generally 13, 7, and 2, depending on, your depth and your strength. And a chance from Hiroki Gosic just misses. Product of the St. George Hockey Academy in Vancouver. Gobbles it up. Good lead pass to Aspinall. Stick lifted by Jonas Wu. He battles with Boyard. Aspinall again to the front of the net. Now Wu finds Varconi. And Perrick back to strip him of the puck. Zane Perrick, great lead pass. Gosic by himself. Backhander robbed by Brunin. His best save of the afternoon. Keeps it at 2-1. Now Mcqueen lets that shot go and fired it wide. Mcqueen has not been quite as noticeable in this game as the first two yet. Doyle to the front, turned aside by Brunin. Now Greentree finally tracks it down, centers it in front. Off the bench comes Baudouin, and he's checked by Hodnett, who made a nice outlet. Josephson feeds it towards McInnes. Zonin back. Played it right in front, but it did make its way through to Brunicky as Danford reverses to Baudouin. Baudouin away from the checking of Josephson. Baudouin can't drag it by McInnes, and here comes Team Red. 2-on-1 develops. Hodnett off the crossbar. Gavin Hodnett put on the brakes, did not have a passing lane for Josephson as Team White raced back to close that. And Gavin Hodnett from Winnipeg, an Edmonton Ice first-round pick in 2021, 19th overall. Again, nearly added to the Team Red advantage. Good chance for Garland. He's a Calgary product. Celebrini. Lanthier back to the line. Here's Seneke. Tried to bank that off the boards to himself. Broken up is Gill. Drops it. Cormier runs into plenty of traffic. Celebrini nearly stole it. Testa, who has the lone team white goal, is fourth of the event. Seneke on right wing. Nifty move. There's those hands I've been talking about from Seneke. Engineered a good scoring chance. Testa fanned on a chance. Here comes Hodnett again, trying to get to the inside, and Danford angled him off well. Good defending by number 3. Hodnett towards Brown, who already has a pair. And Wilkie was back defensively. And with a second try, make sure the puck leaves his own zone. Bumps with Smith, and clear to an open wing. First 10 plus have gone quickly in this second period. There's been 3 goals in it. 2 for Christopher Brown and Team Red, and 1 for Luca Testa. Brown had 2 goals and 2 assists for the North York Rangers at the OHL Cup in late March and April. And his 2 goals, like today, also came in the same game. He had both of them, a pair of goals in a contest against the Toronto Marlboros, and has 2 today. Gosic, who was robbed moments ago on a breakaway. Mcqueen for Wilkie. And they know one another very well. Saskatoon Blazer teammates. Both had excellent seasons. Doyle. Rebound. Aspinall couldn't drive it at the net. To the backhand. Brunin in good shape. Rebound squirts free. And it goes through the feet of Mcqueen as Wilkie shoots it in, and those 2 Saskatoon guys will jump off the ice. Boyard intercepted by Martone, and Boyard stayed right with him to make sure the puck exited. These youngsters in Game 3 for Team White in the last 2 days. Josephson now. A shot blocked by Brunicky. Varconi. Nice toe drag. Tries to beat Cloutier on the short side. Cloutier down, recovers. Rogers pass off the stick of Hodnett. And almost turned that into an odd man attack towards the Team White net. Hodnett finds Josephson into the zone. Wu, a good piece of stick work. Wrist shot over top of the net and bounces over the stick of Spencer Gill, who had 7 assists in 7 games in a gold medal winning effort for the Moncton Flyers. Seneke again. Josephson. It's been a long shift for him. Bill Zonin on the boards, finds the trailing Wu. Kicked it, but couldn't kick it from skate to stick as Seneke brought it in, and Cormier a little impatient on the left wing side and is called for offside. So look at Bennett, Beckett, Seneke. Reminds me a little of now Edmonton Oilers' Zach Hyman. Would suggest in his case the one area he'll continue to get better at is on the skating side. Here he is in front. Nearly one times it from Celebrini. Perrick. Glove down. But because Brunicky first to play it, now Frasca out of the pile in behind Zonin, who does locate it. Puts it on Perrick's stick. He sends it ahead. Seneke and Cormier both there. And Beckett is exhausted at the end of that shift. Perrick into the slot quickly. Celebrini, and closing on him was Danford. That is a fine play by Benjamin Danford. He's from Médoc, Quebec. And another first-round pick of the Oshawa Generals, along with Seneke, who was taken 8th. Danford was taken 14th. The right-handed shooting defenseman. Hodnett to take the face-off for Team Red against Mcqueen. And Mcqueen wins it cleanly. Doyle unable to keep it in. Team Red's done a pretty good job dealing with Roger Mcqueen, who has 4 goals in the tournament. He and Testa tied for the lead in that category. That missed Testa and blown down for icing. Mcqueen, 4th overall pick, to the Brandon Wheat Kings, who selected Charlie Ellick at 3 and then Mcqueen at 4. And also ended up with Caleb Hadland, who has 2 game-winning goals for Team Green late in the first round. So Chris Moulton and company look to me like they've landed 3 really good players for the upcoming season and the future. Here comes Testa. He's a good player. In front of the net for Garland. And Testa's hurt. It's the second time in the game he's gone into the end boards. Oh my goodness, I don't like the looks of that. Testa's had such a good camp, but shaken up and favoring what looks like a left leg. Mcqueen. Kieran Walton fans. Veilleux keeps it in, plays it rink wide, but his partner had backed off. Little stutter step from Christopher Brown, who has both Team Red goals. Hodnett takes a bump, but protects it. Ooh, and then a spinorama from Hodnett. Dishes off. Hard wrist shot, and Luke Brunin with the save as Hodnett puts on a nice little show of work. Gavin, who played at Rink Winnipeg Hockey Academy before playing in 5 games with the Edmonton Ice and had 17 goals and 59 points. He was 4th in the Canadian Sports School League scoring race in that division. And Brunin wants to know where the puck is. Gets himself set, and there it is. Finally dropped out of there. That took quite some time. Well, we all knew he had it, but almost needed to call the FBI to find it. Good collision between Gosic and Baudouin. Hiroki comes away. Gosic, he's hammered to the ice by Danford. Baudouin And then he is absolutely drilled by Jackson Vaughn. Lanthier moves up. He shoots it wide on the short side. Body is all over the place. And that Jackson Vaughn hit was right in that gray area. Frasca intercepted by Gill. Rogers, things getting chippy here in the later stages of the second period. Vaughn throws his frame around again. Brown drops it off for Perrick. Perrick back to Brown. Does he have three? No. Brunin made sure of that. Perrick stopped in the corner. Now he'll retreat back to his blue line position. Josephson, stick handling, comes off the boards, down low. And an interception by Varconi. Backhander by Martone off the end boards, and there's Josephson again defensively. 4-on-2 developing here. Perrick fans, and then his back pass might lead to an odd man the other way, but doesn't. Now Seneke comes away with it. Rolled off his stick. There's Terrence Smith with Mcqueen staring him in the grill. Good to see Testa back. That's always great news. And he throws his weight into Terrence Smith. Here's Celebrini with Seneke. Back to Celebrini. He was tied up. Cormier a chance. Cormier has it again. Garland unable to clear the zone. Cormier, nice stutter step, goes to the net, and Brunin with a big save late here in period number 2. Some of the best work from Benjamin Cormier that we've seen at this week's camp. Cormier from Orleans, Ontario, the 11th overall pick to the Owen Sound Attack. Had a huge season with Nepean's U16 team. 72 points, including 38 goals. 3-on-2, potentially. Garland racing into the corner and then forgot to take the puck with him. Vea just unable to keep it in. Vea, first round pick of Chicoutimi, 16th overall. McInnes bumped. Remains with possession, but Vea now pinches down the left point into the slot. Testa had a chance, fanned on it. Now it's Shields and Hodnett getting away. Hodnett, good defensive effort by the forward. Garland to come all the way back and make a diving play. And now Testa, that leg looks fine here. And McInnes with a good angle. And now they get into it. Testa. Vea into the slot, and had a great chance with Mcqueen providing a screen. And Kluche, who has not been as tested in period 2 as he was in period number 1 with a quality stop. $15.9 to go. Game 1 was excellent. Game 2 has been very good today. Still one more to come between Team Gold and 2-0 Team Green at 7 o'clock. And we'll have it for you right here again. Zonin, a set face-off play. Backed out and let it go. Cormier in front, and he put it right on the tape of Celebrini, who deflected it wide. Right before the buzzer. Christopher Brown and Team Red 2. Team White 1. 40 minutes in the books here at the Mark and McPhail Arena at Winsport in Calgary. You're watching Hockey Canada's U17 Development Camp. Back with a third in approximately 15 minutes. Team Red with a 2-1 lead on Team White as Hockey Canada's U17 development camp continues. Christopher Brown on the ice with Hodnett and Shields, and Brown has both Team Red goals. Luca Testa, with his 4th of the camp, has responded for Team White. Spencer Gill away from pressure to his partner, Julien Lanthier. Finds Hodnett with speed as he makes his way into offensive territory. Runs into Vea, stays with it. Shields in quite a collision with Baudouin. Greentree trying to kick it ahead to Zonin. Didn't work out, got upended. Team White making a change. Here's Shields. And Brunin comes across and takes it right where the goalie wants it. Right in the middle of the body. Right off the Team Canada crest for Luke Brunin. 2 shutouts this season for Warman. As Beckett Seneke lets it go after a clean Celebrini faceoff win. Seneke with a goal and 2 assists for 3 points. He had a goal and an assist. Opening night, Tuesday, the lone game Tuesday, in fact. In an overtime loss to Team Green. We'll see Team Green for the first time today. And the opponent will be Team Gold at 7. Lots of work left to do in this game. Through his legs is Cormier. And Brunin stopped him. Wu force back. Wilkie. Jonas Wu spins. Celebrini steals. Celebrini to the front. Hit Wu. Celebrini tried to back his way through both Walton and Danford, and that didn't quite turn out the way number 23 in red wanted it to. Seneke has it poked away from him and goes off Wilkie and out of the zone. Celebrini, 2 goals and 2 assists. Finally, 2 goals for Team Red that he wasn't involved in. He was involved in all 4 of their first 4. Josephson just kind of feels like Ollie's going to get one before this game is over. We'll see if that transpires. The 5th overall pick to the Red Deer Rebels. Steve Konowalchuk will be delighted to have him on a full-time basis. Josephson in the face-off circle against Roger Mcqueen. WHL draft picks 4 and 5 in 2021. Mcqueen 4, Josephson 5. Martone. McInnes. Josephson, but he did not realize that Hodnett had already beaten him across the line, as it's Josephson, Vaughn, and Hodnett, all Western Hockey League prospects, soon to be regulars in Brandon, Red Deer, and Regina. There's Martone, soon to be a regular in Sarnia. He was the 5th overall pick in the OHL draft. To the Sarnia Sting. That pass misses Vaughn and will end up in a face-off back inside Team Red territory to the left of Kluche. Faced 13 in the first, but only 9 in the second. It's been awfully busy at the other end. 31 shots for Team Red. So it was a huge second period in the shot department for that group. Hodnett just onside. He lets it go through a screen. Lanthier keeps it in. His wrister over top of the net. As Vaughn got it in front, Hodnett is there. Back to the line, makes a fine play. Gill, blocked by Varconi. Martone tried to dive and knock it out of the zone. Unable to. Lanthier hit his own man. Vaughn in front. Team Red with good pressure on here, looking to add to their advantage. Blockered away by Brunnen. Lanthier off the cycle and rifled it off the crossbar. Julian Lanthier came down on the left wing side, moved towards the net, ripped it, and doink, off the crossbar it went. Lanthier is from St. Eustache, Quebec. He was the 10th overall pick in the Quebec League draft of the Baie-Comeau Drakkar. Perrick faked the reverse, carries ahead, and now it's a 3-on-2. But the pass goes off the heel of the stick of Veilleux and right to Brunnen. 32-22, the shots in favor of Team Red, and more importantly, 2-1 as Christopher Brown has both of their goals. First two of the camp. Smith, Boyar, his shot blocked in front. Perrick let it go. It didn't make its way through to the target. Zane Perrick out of the reach of Raoul Boyar, and back inside the line it'll come. Zane Perrick, number 8 for Team Red. From Nobleton, Ontario, 19th overall pick in the OHL draft to the Saginaw Spirit. So see a lot of he and Michael Misa for the next few years. Gosich. Frasca. Ahead it goes to Walton. Lopes towards the line. Takes it with him. The big winger. And McInnes steals it from him to Brown. And Greentree picked his pocket. Jonas Wu, a couple of looks. Turns back in his own zone for Danford, who had the coaches ducking over there at the bench. Don't blame them one bit. Here comes Hodnett again, who's had a strong game. Hodnett between his legs. Maybe a little too much that time, and Greentree nearly stole it, but nice recovery by number 10 of Team Red. Gavin Hodnett, the Edmonton Ice first rounder. Mcqueen, see if he can turn it up a notch or two in period 3. Here he comes around Shields. And that either got a piece of Kluche, maybe a piece of the post, or both, as that was the best chance of the game for Roger Mcqueen, whose father Scott was a pretty good player back in the day. Won a Junior A Canadian Championship with Fort McMurray. Martone. Wilkie lets it go, and out of play it goes. Mcqueen on his way back to the Team White bench. Known his dad for a long time. He was very close friends with one of my first cousins. Nice to see him, and nice to see Reed Varconi. If you're Team White, find a top corner. Off a face-off win, and we're tied at 2 as Varconi has his second of the camp. Looked relatively harmless. Face-off win and a snipe for Varconi. And we are all even at 2 apiece. The Portland Winterhawk third-rounder. Cormier bumps with Seneke. Back out with Celebrini. And Celebrini is crunched. Now it's Wu jumping up on the rush. And Lanthier played him perfectly. 3-on-2 in the other direction, but that pass from Celebrini out of the reach. Brunin came behind the net to play it. Waves off the icing. His gill shot redirected by Cormier, and Brunin stopped it on the short side. Well, Team Red was involved in the one legitimate overtime. Now, we have played a lot of 3-on-3 overtime in this camp, despite results in games. We thought we were headed that way again this morning, but they did not play it in the 3-2 victory for Team Gold over Team Black. They did still hold a shootout. Who knows? Maybe this game will require 3-on-3 overtime. I think we've got a timeout. And Team White calls that timeout, despite the fact they just recently tied the game. Varconi, big year at Northern Alberta Extreme Prep School. 56 points, 23 goals, 34 games for Varconi. And tied it after a face-off win just a couple of moments ago. So the plan is set. And we are back underway with Josephson. Tied up by Jonas Wu. Danford unable to clear it, but Red has to clear the zone. Brown ran into Baudouin. Josephson wins that 50-50 to Brown. And now sent ahead by Varconi before he and his mates make their way to the bench. Christopher Brown, both goals for Team Red. To Jackson Vaughn. Frasca there defensively. Gets some help. His outlet makes its way past Keith McInnes. McInnes was an all-star at the WHL Cup. 2-on-1. Zonin Frasca. He couldn't transfer from skate to stick. Frasca off the board. Centered it in front. A chance. But a rolling puck for Kieran Walton. And he ended up shoveling that over the glass and out of play. So the faceoff should come outside the line, and that's exactly what is going to occur. Kieran Walton from Toronto, second-round pick of the Sudbury Wolves. .33 goals in 43 games for Walton with the North York Rangers in the U17 AAA League. .20 to go in the third, and a 2-2 tie as Reed Varconi has equalized for Team White. And it came off of a face-off right from this very location. This time it's Mcqueen. Wilkie in the spot awaiting. But the draw won by Team Red. As Boyar won that draw. Here he heads to the net. Gosic did well in tight quarters to keep control of that puck. McInnes. Boyard moves to the middle. Backhander, and Brunin square to it again. And with lots of traffic, more importantly, does not allow a rebound. So 3-2 in the game earlier today. Bit of a surprise after what we watched yesterday as Team Black falling to Team Gold 3-2. In this one, we really expected a close game, and we've got it. Hodnett nearly backhanded it home, and Shields was on the doorstep as well. Brown controls off the face-off. Backhander just shot it wide, looking for his hat trick. Finally, Veilleux strips him. One fan pass, another try. Walton overskates it, and the play is offside. Team Green at 2-0 versus 1-1 Team Gold around the corner at 7, which will cap off today's trio of games. Started with 1 on Tuesday, 3 yesterday, 3 today, and 3 more tomorrow. Tyler King will be with you for those 3 games. Lanthier bumped on the boards, kept in with Seneke. Seneke, tight turn, trying to jam it on the short side as Beckett Seneke takes a bump, pays the price, but engineered a pretty good scoring chance in search of his second goal at this camp. Very soon to be regular with the Oshawa Generals, where he was the 8th overall pick in the recently completed OHL draft. A big year with the Toronto Marlboros. The GTHL, Perrick, fanned on his pass, backpedals, saucers it nicely to Hodnett. Been a very noticeable player in this game for Team Red. By far, his best game. And has the puck again, and I mean just, offside as Martone has a little conversation with Hodnett. Martone, Mcqueen, and Varconi back out. Good play by Smith. Red in the middle of the ice by Mcqueen. And now it's Veilleux. Knocked down by Brown, and Rogers in his own zone for Veilleux. Braden Rogers to Martone. And they felt like Smith got a stick on it. He didn't, because he went back very casually, thinking it might be icing. It was not. Mcqueen takes it away from Perrick. Mcqueen tries to use that frame to get to the front. Can't. And Shields in the other direction, being pestered by Frasca to Hodnett. Hodnett fans on it, and then it rolls just wide. Centers it in front. Big save off Shields by Brunin from close range. And now Martone, can he get an angle on McInnes? No, sirree. And McInnes knocked him down, and now will carry it away. That's a heck of a play by number 3. Celebrini speeds in. Macklin Celebrini was going to make his way out, so he played it to an open wing. Doyle, last man back. Seneke stripped, and then Celebrini took it away, found Cormier, and Brunin. Nice push across, and really did not offer up anything to Benjamin Cormier. The 11th overall pick in the OHL draft to the Owen Sound Attack, who had a 38-goal season with the Navan Grads. Baudouin charging in. Centering pass. Knocked off a stick and forced Cloutier to make a save. Seneke, good feed for Cormier and a better backtrack by Greentree, but turned over Celebrini. Pass for Seneke, who's shaken up on his way back into the zone. That defensive play saved a tap in, and hope Seneke's all right. Here comes Mcqueen by himself. He is dumped by Lanthier with a perfect shoulder to chest check. Can't draw it up on a board better than that. Brunicky let it go, and it was wide. Veilleux. Hit Spencer Gill in front. Lanthier kicked it right to Varconi, who tied the game earlier. Backhander by Zonin off the post and stayed out. Bill Zonin with a great chance to give Team White the lead. Veilleux carries in. Zonin. One more time. Cross ice, puts it on the tape. Veilleux, Varconi high slot, returns it. Seam pass attempt broken up, and here comes Josephson. But back to deal with him was Harrison Brunicky, a third-round pick of the Kamloops Blazers. What a quality season with the Calgary Royals of the Alberta U18 AAA Elite League. Brunicky tied up in the corner. Would love it if somebody could remove this stanchion, but I'm going to guess that that's not happening. The building would come down. Makes it tough to see from our broadcast location in that one spot in the corner to my left. Aspinall. Ooh, Boyar with a chance. He healed it. He's got it again. Gosich dishes off. Perrick. 8 versus 8. Rogers forced him back. Now away from Frasca. Rogers and Perrick. A little bit of a grab as play continues. Lots of possession time for Team Red, but never got anywhere near the net. There's Frasca at the tail end. Tests Cloutier with a tough short hop. Intercepted by Porter Martone. Varconi. Martone. Falling in front of that was Smith. Almost flipped it over the glass. Boyar stays with it. Knocked away by Danford. And then Martone throws a hit. Now he runs into Doyle and the linesman. We are under 5 to go in regulation in a 2-2 tie. Varconi tied it for Team White here in the third. Brown. Christopher Brown versus Jonas Wu. Hodnett. McInnes dealing with a rolling puck. Back to Hodnett. Doesn't make it through. Doyle drives it wide, and McInnes can't quite get there. Wu, ill-advised toe drag that time. Shields look far side, and Brunin got a skate on it. Takes a crazy Karam. Hodnett, short side, had a couple of chances, and Brunin comes up with a couple of big ones in the late stages. 42-27, the shots in favor. Team Red. So 40 saves for Brunnen. And he's been very busy in the last two periods in particular. Kluche had more quality work in period one. Greentree. Read by Lanthier. And he gets better as the event goes along. Now Celebrini into the zone. Cormier. Seneke had a couple of taps, and Brunnen made another stop. As Red looks for the go-ahead goal in their first win. Lost in overtime and then fell 5-1 to Team Black in a game where the score did not represent the play. Seneke saucers it. Off a stick, Cormier, Celebrini, Seneke, one-timer blocked. He still got it and managed somehow to backhand it. Good pressure by Celebrini, Cormier, and Seneke against the Mcqueen trio. It's a good matchup. Seen a lot of it in this game. Wu intercepts. This time moves it quickly to Liam Greentree. Gabriel Frasca goes to the net. Greentree still with it, finds Wu. Greentree, Zonin in the slot wants it. Greentree elects to shoot it from a sharp angle. Wu off the dasher. Lanthier loses his stick. That might cause a big problem here, but he regains possession. And Team Red able to clear it out of the zone. High in the air is Vaughn involved in. He's been involved in the majority of the big collisions in the game. The Regina Pat first rounder. Frasca. Zonin and Garland with him. Kluche kicked it into the corner. Josephson. Gosic finds the trailing Smith. Shoots it behind the net where Vea takes over and puts it on the tape of Mcqueen. Trying to get away from Gosic. Stolen. Scores! William Shields. After Hiroki Gosic picked the pocket of Roger Mcqueen, and with 1:39 to go, Team Red takes the lead. William Shields fires it by the goaltender, Luke Brunnen. And Team Red trying to now close out what would be their first win. Big play by Gosic. Danford. Benjamin Danford. Here comes Brunnen to the bench for an extra attacker. Centered in front. McInnes went to the knee to block it, and the goal getter, Shields, shoots it out. Sent right back in. Martone. Baudouin trying to dig it free. Cole Baudouin. Martone back to the line, and Danford. His wrister. Hit Baudouin. Danford again. Makes his way to the middle of the ice. Lets it go. Loose in front. Backhander. They score. Tie game. And looks like Baudouin was the last to touch. Danford got it to the net. Lots of traffic, and it just squeaked by Luca Kluche to tie the game with 40 seconds left. Cole Baudouin has his first of the camp, the Nepean, Ontario product and first-round pick of the Barrie Colts, 10th overall. Helped to win a battle in the corner, came back to the line, went to the net. Too many white jerseys for red to deal with. And we're even at 3. Martone, still time to maybe win it as he sends it at the net. And back comes Celebrini with speed. Celebrini into the zone. And Frasca knocks it off his stick. Down to 10. Lanthier carries in. Celebrini again knocked away. Cormier in the feet, and we are going to overtime. Just. The Brunin save was a great one. Wouldn't have counted. Still closer than you'd like at that point of the game. So for the second time in the camp, Team Red finds itself going to legitimate overtime. They lost to Team Green opening night Tuesday, first game of this event, when Caleb Hadlin scored. I can't imagine we won't play 3-on-3 this time because it's needed. Maybe they'll go the opposite. Maybe we'll go with overtime and there won't be a shootout. Earlier today, we were expecting, because it had been the case until this morning in every game, that regardless of the score, there was 5 minutes of 3-on-3 and a 5-player shootout. Well, there was just a shootout after Team Gold's victory. Now Team Gold plays again tonight against Team Green at 7 o'clock. Gill on the ice for Team Red, Hodnett and Brown, and they've both had excellent games. Brown has a pair of goals, and Hodnett's been all around it, and certainly would have a helper in the game. So we'll see who Team White counters with. You can bet Mcqueen will likely be out there. He is, with Varconi, who scored the second goal for Team White in the game. Cole Baudouin tied it with 40.7 seconds left. And here we go. See if this 5-minute stretch can determine a winner. Hodnett took a drop pass from Gill. Now it's Brown. And Gill says, I don't like what I see, so I'm going to come back in my own zone and try it again. Hodnett. Spencer Gill leaves it for Hodnett. Now Gill again. He's got some room. He scores! Spencer Gill wins it in overtime. Well, I guess he knew exactly where he wanted to go when he retreated and started again. Partially screenshot, and Team Red has its first win in overtime. So they win an overtime game, and they started with an overtime loss. And yes, it looks like we're still going to have a shootout. I have to admit, I might have been hoping that might not be the case. But it's all part of the evaluation. It really is. The main goal, not about winning and losing. It's evaluating players, primarily for the upcoming World Under-17 Challenge. Aspinall. Brunin stops him. Brunin turned aside 41 of 45. And Kluche stopped 31 of 34. Is now, and remember, shootouts might be as much about the guys in goal as the guys shooting. Rogers. Kluche says no to Braden Rogers. the product of Belleville and a second-round pick of Owen Sound. Here comes Big Jackson Vaughn, cruising toward the net. And fired it wide. Who's going to go next? Danford thought he was going next, but that's not the case. Going next is Baudouin. What a move! Hello, Cole Baudouin, who sent the game to overtime with the net empty on his goal with 40-plus seconds left, 40.7 in fact. Now it's Tristan Doyle. Tried to open up the 5-hole, and Brunnen shut it. Even if things are decided before 5 shooters, we'll have 5 shooters. Danford, doink. Off the crossbar from Danford, who had a short-handed goal last night in a 6-4 loss to Team Green. Now it's Lanthier, the defenseman. What do you got? I like this player. He's really grown on me this week. Number 16, Julien Lanthier. This is Wilkie. Trey Wilkie. Cloutier again with a save. So only the 1 goal so far. And here comes the 4th shooters. And it is number 4, Terrence Smith. My goodness. Some save by Brunnen. Just waited for the arms to go in the air. Great save by the Warman product. Here comes Porter Martone. What's he got? He went backhand looking for the 5-hole, and Cloutier told him he wasn't interested. And that's going to do it. Well, a whale of a game. We've had 2, in fact, today. We're hoping for a hat trick in about an hour and 15 minutes time. Team Red with their first win over Team White in overtime on a great shot from Spencer Gill, a first-round pick of Rimouski, 5th overall in the Quebec League. Hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. We'll be back again at 7. For now, so long from Calgary.